Okay, guys, welcome back. So it's now the off season. No football's really happening, so I'm just doing a little bit of training here. I got myself a rebounder, which I've used them before, but not too many times, and it took a bit of a getting a hang of today. It's really you got to be throwing the ball in the right spot to get the perfect surface, and as you can see, it took me a little bit getting used to. It's been a long time since I've used one, trying to hit the right spot on that rebounder. But I just started off here with just like 10 balls to hand, really 10 like almost like volleys, simulating volleys. Did that 3 times. It's just a bit of a warm up. Just really trying to focus on that technique, just letting that go into my hands. Yeah, as you can see, it was taking a bit of getting used to. I think that one just hit a bit too low. It was just sent up way too high in the air. But yeah, and again. But it was nice to get out and train in the good weather as well. It was really sunny, really hot. And lucky at this time of the year, the ground's not too hard. It was a bit hard, but a bit later in the summer, the grass starts to get all yellow, wears away, and you just dive in on like what feels like concrete, really. So I'm just doing a few more, just dropping off, throwing it in, take it. Just around 6 of these, again, did it 3 times, getting the feet going a little bit. Just trying to be really sharp with my footwork. And now I was just trying to get a bit creative with it here. So this drill I was doing 2 volleys, getting around the cone, throw it, dive and save. Just quick feet back up, back round. So let's go. Same thing here. All the way around the cones. Throw it in, make the save. Like I say, it was alright to do a bit of diving today because the ground wasn't too bad. I mean, I was feeling it on my knees a little bit after a few of these dives, I'm not going to lie, but it's better than what it will be in a month or 2 anyway. So, I mean, I think all goalkeepers know pre-season you're not doing any diving. It's pure suicide, so just trying to get a few drills in here before I have a couple months of not diving at all. Same thing, just focusing on those sharp feet, just quick around the cones. And then it's almost a bit of a reaction from that distance as well, whether you're going to parry or just catch it if you can, but it's a bit reactionary. And then with this drill here, just try to change it up a bit, similar thing, but I'm going to start with going around the ball first on the outside. You're getting quick feet around the cone, same thing, dive each side. And then right at the end, get back around the cone, and I was going to punch it into the rebounder. And when I trialed this, the ball came in like it was a bit of a reaction stop, and I thought this is like a nice progression. But every time I actually went to do it, it then just went horribly wrong, and the ball just went too high in the air. I mean, I don't know why I kept doing it. I think I did like 3 sets of these. I kept expecting different results from the same thing, but at least I'm still getting my feet going and get a little dive and save. Just making sure, like really coming forward, really attacking that ball as I dive. And then, obviously, same thing again here. Just bounces right off that rebounder. No point in even doing that. And then I set up another little drill here where I had the small rebounder to receive a pass. I had 2 little cones on each side to pass through, and then a bit further on I set up like a little box of where the fullback might be to sort of like ping it out to him a bit, and just like mix up as well my distribution, whether it was a little drive into the fullback or a chip or short pass. try and change up as much as possible, and try and change my feet as well, try and use both feet as well. Just no real rhyme or reason to it, just kind of doing what I felt like as the ball came into me. But yeah, it wasn't bad, this little thing. I mean, after you punch in a few passes, then it did just start to come out of the ground. It was a bit frustrating, so drill took a bit longer than I would have liked, but I suppose it's better than nothing. I was just trying to be accurate as possible, just try and get as many passes into that space, and obviously from that distance, short pass, simple, it's easy, but you've got to just take care and just making sure that my pings are really nice. Any time it came back, and just taking my time and just clipping into that space, making sure I was hitting that area. Not a big distance, not a massive distance, but just really trying to work on that accuracy. And then same thing again, obviously just going to the other side. I think I missed that first two there as well, going to the right, put them wide of the cone. That's what I'm just talking about, like the consistency is generally key, just making sure that every pass is perfect, especially when it's something as simple as that. It's what, 8-yard pass max, just making sure that you're hitting that target, hitting that area. So I just like drills like this sometimes, when even if you're starting out a bit simple, it's important to make sure you're just getting that consistency, making sure you're hitting those simple passes every time, just doing the simple bread and butter every time is the key thing. Just change up feet again, just hitting the areas. Nothing too crazy. And then here I've just pushed everything back a bit, so even the short pass is a bit further out now, so trying to be a bit more punched in as I'm passing it out there. And then same thing, the area on the longer pass is now, it's more up like halfway line, sort of just in like more of a wide position. Imagine like the midfielders out there again, just trying to hit the area, trying to imagine there's a player out there, I'm trying to get into his space so he can get it down, control it, or flick it on. Again, just always working both feet. Like, I just think that's so important, really. A lot of players don't do it nowadays. It's just trying to work both feet, because I saw one there. Tried to hit that one first time, was a bit skew with. Sometimes you just got to deal with them. But yeah, as I was saying, just working both feet is so important. It's like too many players just one-footed nowadays, and in a game you can't just rely on being one-sided. You need to have that ability to hit a pass, to ping a ball on your left foot. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in trouble, honestly. So important to work on that just as much as your strong foot, really, or even more so, to be honest. Do as many as you can in training, and so you have that confidence to do that in game, to hit those passes. Not be reliant on your strong side. And again, same thing, just other side, really. You can see all the sand as it flies up there. That's how dry some areas of the field are. I mean, some areas were quite nice. Like, I picked a good little spot, but you get this time of year and you just get that dry ground and sand flying everywhere. It's not football weather, but you got to keep working on things, keep working on the basics, keep yourself ready for pre-season. I think I had about a week and a bit off since I last played football. Obviously, like I said it on my TikTok that I was struggling with a bit of a lower back injury, so I was like, I need to give myself some time. Otherwise, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have stopped doing like training a bits, but I had to take some rest, because all that playing, it was getting sore. just bounced off the rebounder here, so I just struck one a bit longer than the target I was aiming for. But it just set up nicely and somewhat match realistic as well, because sometimes you just get a poor pass back, even though it was just like a little clip off the rebounder, me not hitting it properly at it. Sometimes you just get a rubbish pass back and you gotta deal with it, get it away. So it's just another thing to consider when you're training. It's just making everything as match realistic as possible. And yeah, just hitting those areas, and at this point the rebounder again was just coming out of the ground, was just a bit short. And then I think I moved on to put the other rebound out wide again. I was trying to emulate taking a cross, but like I said, I was really not used to the rebounder and it was just coming off it anyhow, and I wanted to do like a little cross and distribute drill. Again, I still had those areas out there as if it was like someone halfway line, like in a wide area, and I was just trying to practice my side volley, just trying to hit him, not trying to go too crazy, but just working on accuracy more than anything. But yeah, it was hard to judge how it was going to come off, like if it was going to come off like a cross, and the position you want to stand in almost to take a cross, it was hard to sort of throw it against the rebounder and then get the flight of like trajectory of the rebounder in that same way that a cross would. So this was a bit wayward, but I guess I got to figure out how to use that thing as best as possible. But I was still just running with the drill, just focusing on distribution more than anything, focusing on the side volleys, just trying to make sure I got that nice technique to it, not trying to hit it too hard, but just want to hit it in the right spot, hit a good area, get that good level of height as well. Like, I know a lot of people like them a lot flatter, but if you're on a pitch full of players, you need a little bit of height to get over the traffic. I mean, I think that one there is probably perfect height really to sort of get it to your player's foot without it getting intercepted, without it, hitting any bullies on the way through. And, it's a nice height for them to control. That one pulled it a little bit there right at the end. And then again, the last thing is just the same thing, other side. Again, that height is probably the best height you could probably get it to your player's feet. It's probably going to be the easiest to control for him. And I was quite happy with these as well as far as side volleys go, because they were, again, like some of them coming up a bit high and whatnot, but they were all hitting a good area. They was all hitting that marked out area that I want to hit, where your player will probably be standing wide around halfway line. So, I mean, that one straight off a bit there at the end, kind of sliced through that one a bit, but the majority of them were hitting that good area, hitting that spot the player's going to be, and were coming flat enough that it's going to be easy for them to control. So I wasn't too displeased with some of these ones at the end. I mean, a few of those ones there not quite hitting the area, but still in and around that spot. But it's always something to work on at the end of the session. You start to get a bit more fatigued, but as I say, it was the first one back, first postseason session, so as we go on, start upping the intensity, start doing more cardio, and just being ready for pre-season really.